Hello guys, and welcome to my Mazda RX8 channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video I want to talk to you guys a little bit about myself and kind of like what I'm about. Well, first of all, I'm 40 years old, and not ashamed to say it. Um, I'm at this point in my life where I kind of think the midlife crisis, which I've been hearing a lot about, is probably taking over me. So instead of driving big commercial trucks like, well, I'm not talking like big rigs, but I've been doing basically commercial deliveries for the past 15 years. And instead of doing that and being in that type of environment, I actually want to get back to my teenager roots and buy myself a car and tune it and learn everything about it and things like that. Except this time, I'll actually have some money to do it with, because when I was a teenager, I didn't have any money for tools, let alone for performance parts. So whatever I made at my jobs, I would buy some performance parts and then tune my Honda Accord. And that was really fun. I remember those days, and that was really, really, really fun. But as far as Mazda Rotary, I always had an interest in Mazda Rotary engines. It is a Wankel engine, it is a German design engine, and a Japanese car. And after owning some some Hondas, I started owning Volkswagens and Audis, and I've learned a lot about those type of cars because I like German engineering. And since then, I've been driving Mercedes diesel Sprinter, and I've learned pretty much so much about it. I don't want to overstate it, but on my channel, which is similar how to show Sprinter help, I'm considered the guru when it comes to Sprinters. I mean, I have over 1,000 videos on the subject, and I really like to help a lot of people out with those problems. But my interest was always in performance cars. I don't care whether it's Japanese or German. I think they all have something interesting to bring to the table. And there's going to be love on both sides and hate on both sides. And I think Mazda RX-8 is one of those vehicles. There's some love, there's some hate. But the thing is, I'm thinking, how can I bring the haters to love the Mazda RX-8? Because I think a lot of times the hate comes to the cars from not understanding them. Like, what do they really want? And this is something I've learned from owning a Mercedes Sprinter. It's got so many issues, but if you know how to work those issues out, it's a really reliable vehicle. But how can you call something reliable when it always breaks down? But I think the way I see something that's reliable, I mean, look, if you got to replace the crankshaft position sensor for 13 bucks, that's good. If you could replace all the coils in a Mazda RX-8 for like 30 bucks, cool. If you could get like new spark plug wires for like under 30 bucks, great. I mean, these things are not that expensive. Surely, when you run into big issues like you have low compression, and then you figure out you actually need to rebuild the engine, for the car guys like me, bring it on. It's fun. It might catch me off guard because I wasn't ready for that. Like, and currently I'm not ready for that. I'm just starting to enjoy the car. I'm just starting to learn about it. I'm not trying to get into the rebuild right away. And that's why I actually made a separate video where I talk about this this little unit right here. It is especially designed to test Mazda RX-8 rotary compressions, and I got it. And in case you guys are wondering what it is, this is a rotarycompressiontester.com. That's the website where you could actually get them direct, or you could go straight up to eBay and actually get it on eBay. They're not cheap. I mean, $300. If you own an RX-8, I think money is well spent, because based on what I've heard, the dealer is going to charge you anywhere from $250 to $300 to test the Mazda RX-8 compression. And on top of that, they might actually tackle some other things on there, like shop supplies and diagnostic fees and what have you. So probably if you're a Mazda RX-8 owner, you love to wrench on cars, just like I do, because you will have to. If you can't wrench on a Mazda RX-8, well, you're probably not going to like the car. And I think that's where the hate comes in. Just a lack of understanding about the car. And do you think I understood this car when I got it? No, but I'm a car guy and I'm willing to learn. When I got this car, it did not want to start. And guess what I did? Just like what anybody would do. Keep swapping out batteries. I got this, some clamps on it to give it more boost, like 200 amps. Keep cranking away. Finally got it cranked. Later on, I learned how to deflood those things and what causes issues. And I'm learning kind of quickly. This channel so far, upon making this video, it's only been 3 months long. Seriously. But time has been running kind of quickly. And I'm really happy to say, as I said today, my channel has 150 subscribers, which most likely is Mazda RX8 owners because this is the content that I share on my channel. Currently, we're getting about 650 views on the channel per 48 hours, which is also great. I would be happy with just 100 people that's listening to me, but having 650 of you guys, that is great. That means we share something similar together, like an interest in rotaries and Mazda RX8s. So something that I want to do with this channel is spread the knowledge and help people understand their Mazda RX8s to make them kind of like at least reliable daily driver cars. And if you want to tune them, you can. And I'm going to show you some of the cheap ways to tune this car and some of the more expensive ways to tune the car. But of course, right now I'm focusing on the cheap because I already spent $1,600 in different parts and stuff on this car, and I've been buying on cheap. So, am I waiting excitedly to try to spend thousands of dollars more? I don't know. I guess the very first thing right now I want to find out for sure, which at this point I don't know, is the compression on my rotary. So, of course, part of that $1,600 is this little guy right here, which is $300 investment. My other investment was a $350 tuner, which is normally $500. That I also got myself. That is an interesting little device as well because I'm able to test 0 to 60s and quarter mile times, and I'm able to actually tune the car. And it is not kind of like just like a plug and play unit where you just plug it in and all of a sudden you get like magic tune. No, you could actually apply tunes that ask you questions like, hey, what kind of tires do you have? Do you ever tow your vehicle? Like, have you changed this or that, another thing? And based on the information you provide, it applies, I guess, a generic type of tune to your car. I mean, unlike cob units, which is specifically designed for one particular car, make and model, you cannot literally take this to the next car. This unit you can. All you have to do is go to their website and download new software for a different type of car, and now you could use it on a different car. Probably causing your previous car's software to not work anymore and you're like, let's say like RX8. But it's definitely possible to stick this into a different car, which is really good. Now, I'm not really sure how reliable these tuners are, for instance, but here's the thing. Just yesterday, I did a little modification and I did a little conversion, which cost me $36 for like a cone type of intake, which is kind of like performance, with some piping, which I end up not using. And I modified the current Mazda RX-8 box to fit that little filter in. It worked really nicely. And guess what? I tested my 0 to 60 times consistently at 10.6 seconds 0 to 60. And I know what you might be thinking, that's quite low. I know that it might not be accurate, okay, but it's okay because at least I could have a baseline. So my car was performing 10.6 0 to 60. If I do any modifications, will that help increase the horsepower? So guess what, guys? I put that technically a cold air intake in, even though it's not, but it kind of is, and I could explain. When I installed that, guys, my very first test I did, I got 9.7 0 to 60. And then some tests, they varied, I guess, depending on like elevation and like how fast I was going and what kind of start I had. But guys, that's almost 1 second after, whatever I had before, which is actually quite interesting. That's really good gains, I would say. And I also did the Dyno. There's a Dyno in there, and I tested at 207 horsepower, which is not bad. That's very close to stock. Now, keep in mind, the Mazda RX-8 I have, it is fully like optioned out, but it's an automatic version with some paddle shifters. Now, I tried shifting using pedal shifters, and I'm getting pretty much the same result, slightly a little bit better, but that all depends. If you just slightly overdo 7,500 RPMs when you're trying to shift into second gear, it kind of messes up a little bit. Could be just my car, but that can actually make the results worse. I've seen it like at 11 seconds at one point, 0 to 61 actually did that. Now, when I'm actually accelerating my car, it accelerates quite nice. It sounds good. Something else that I'm considering in doing, I'm considering changing the headers. Let me know, guys, if that's actually going to work. I already have the mid pipe, so I think headers would be good. And another thing that I'm considering about doing is replacing the muffler. Will that cause any better performance? But guys, despite how fun is this going to sound, all I want is my Mazda RX8 to be reliable, first and foremost. Just a reliable car. And I want to be able to shoot some flames. Is that too much to ask? I literally kind of like Mazda RX8s for that. You could like shoot some flames with them. And it's kind of fun. So I don't know if the stock muffler somehow makes the flames less, but I'll tell you what, I shot some flames with the stock Mazda RX8. Here's one thing to mention about flames. I did notice much better flames when I actually put some oil inside of each spark plug hole. So that was actually some noticeable flames. So I'm considering of doing that again and trying to see if I could actually shoot some flames and compare the differences. But I think if you kind of want to put a show on and show some flames, you can kind of do that. Like just like remove your tire, remove your first spark plugs, put some oil in them. I actually use full synthetic oil when I shot flames. And I don't know, I think it can't hurt nothing, can it? Well, that being said, if you guys stayed with me till the end of the video, I guess one other thing I want to share with you guys in case you're watching this for the first time. I'm a car guy, and this channel is going to be used for sharing all the car stuff, Rotary related, and some other cars. I might only stick to Rotaries on this channel, but that's going to be up to you guys. If you want to see some other cars, let me know, because I also have another channel for my other cars. But I have a parts business right now, and I sell parts on eBay, which happens to be Mercedes Sprinter parts. But I have done some investments and bought myself 22 cars that I could part out, and so I'm selling some car parts. So what that means is anytime I sell car parts, I could buy some car parts, some performance parts from a Mazda RX-8 or any of the other projects. I have ordered myself a shop, which is a 54 by 31. Technically it can be built tomorrow, except I don't have the slab yet, and I really need to put the slab in. Recently I purchased myself a Bobcat, a Bobcat skid steer, and paid $5,000 for it, and it's got a hydraulic leak, and it's got a bunch of other problems that I need to address. It is a diesel, and it's not important right now, but I kind of need that to do some grading. That being said, my properties, I have like two properties next door to each other. One of them is residential and one of them is commercial. I live right on the main highway, so I could actually like literally accelerate like 60 miles an hour pretty much as soon as I leave my driveway, which is kind of awesome because I really don't need to go any faster than that when I'm doing some tests, especially 0 to 60 tests. Therefore, I'm not breaking any rules on my highway here. It's not a busy highway, which is good because I live kind of like out in the country. But I really enjoy it down here, and this gives me the flexibility of doing some stuff with cars. I have very good neighbors. They don't complain with me doing my car projects here. So it's definitely kind of like a dream life for me. But that being said, I live below my means, guys. I have everything paid for, and I'm really happy with what I have. So the thing that makes me happy is just to have freedom to do whatever I like. And I really like to mess with cars. I like to learn. I like to do some performance. I want to know more about the Mazda RX-8 and hopefully make it perform, so I could actually take it to the track and maybe do some races and stuff like that. Here in South Carolina where I live, we have a lot of racetracks. So maybe I could take it to like a drag strip one day, or maybe I could actually take it on the track and drive it around and have some fun with it. So I think that's going to be like a really fun life for me. Something that I also like is Porsche Caymans. And my brother's been really talking me into trying to get one of those, and I really love them. I mean, as well. I mean, I like a lot of cars. Let me know, guys, if you like other cars besides Mazda RX-8, because I'm kind of thinking like this. Should I even show any other cars like besides the Mazda RX-8 on the channel? Like, for instance, if I buy a Honda S2000, would you like to see that? If I buy myself like Nissan 350Z, what do you guys think about that? Or if I buy a Skyline, which is like a Skyline, really? Um, that would be kind of cool. But if I buy any of those cars and it's not RX-8 related, would you guys like me to share some of those information? Personally, I'm thinking it's probably best that I keep that stuff separate. But at the same time, maybe it would be interesting to try to do that. I also like Corvettes. And watching Rob Dunn's channel, he actually swapped the Corvette LS for a Rotary, which is a four rotor, and it is awesome. So yeah. But I think I'm gonna take it easy and first figure out the two rotary Mazda RX-8 engine, then maybe try a three rotor or maybe a two rotor from the Mazda RX-7 and see if I could turbocharge it. Because Mazda RX-8s, they handle really well. So I think that rotary engine, it is the perfect size, and I think it's a perfect fitment, perfect weight distribution, and that's why they handle so well. I know the fuel economy might not be great, but when I got my car, it was actually 40 miles per gallon fuel economy. Now it's like 22 to 24 miles per gallon. And even when I was driving it like super hard, just having idling for a while, it is still right now like at like 19 miles per gallon, uh, which is kind of like appropriate. But anyways, guys, I don't want to make this too long. I think you got like kind of like a little lowdown what this channel is about, and I will continue posting videos. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it every day, but I'll tell you this right now. I have right now like literally over 10 videos that I've made, and various type of videos. Some of them are service videos, some of them are information videos that I basically will post to my channel. And as a matter of fact, they're already there. All I have to do every day is unlock each video and share with you guys everything else that I've learned. But currently, as of now, my car is performing really well. Nothing wrong with it. It's pretty good. The only thing I have to resolve right now, it is the steering wheel issue. I don't know if it's a steering angle issue, electrical issue, or possibly it has to do with my alignment, because I do think my alignment's a little bit off. And also my traction light comes on. Not always, but it comes on. I don't know if that has to do anything with that. But I've been watching some of you guys comment to let me know to check certain things, and I did. And so far, it hasn't helped my situation yet. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.